Hello there everyone, this is Ben the Bold, and welcome back to our Hannibal at the Gates playthrough of Carthage in the new Livy update. We are just kind of going down these mission trees, seeing what we can do. We still have a couple things that we need to complete this mission tree, but I'm going to definitely try to do that. Honestly, I would love to get this mission tree done, be able to click this finish mission button before the end of this episode, or at the latest the next episode. So either today or tomorrow I'm hoping to be completed with this mission tree, the AGs of Africa, and moving on. We will have to see though. So I need 4 more missions to complete this. I need the Emporium of Tripoli. So basically I just need to annex you, and I'm actually working my way, I'm annexing them currently. So that one is, it's going to take us some time because it's only 13.6 out of 96 and it only ticks up at 0.65 each month. I could make that go a little faster by switching to the domineering stance at integration speed, but that would still put me at about, oh my goodness, that will put me at about, yeah, I think I am going to go ahead and do this just to increase the loyalty of subject states, plus to the increase of integration speed. So I might switch over to domineering stance before unpausing. What else do I need? I need the Messalian, yeah, sure, the Messalian Menace. So basically it wants me to go to war and take all of this territory. Now that is probably going to be more than one war if I were to guess, although we could definitely try to do it. And then finally it's securing the coast. So Carthage or subjects owns the entire African coastline. So if I get the Messalian Menace, I'm pretty sure I will... Oh, I didn't even look down here. So I'll have to do a little bit of colonization, it seems, but honestly, colonization's pretty easy. So let's go ahead and fabricate a claim, unless we, for some reason, don't need to. Yeah, so let's go ahead and fabricate a claim. And we'll start out with just fabricating for, what province is this? It's Sitaphonesia. Alright. What a name. Fabricate a claim on Sitaphonesia. We can see that they have 10 cohorts. We're probably going to want to build up our army a little bit more. That's something that you can see we've kind of already started to do it. I also think I'm going to build just a small army of light horsemen, because all of these light horsemen are going to be joining in to these two armies. I think I'm going to build a small army of light horsemen. When I get up to 30 political influence, I am going to go ahead and grab that the domineering stance in diplomacy. I know mercantile stance is great because it increases my national commerce income, which is how I'm making the majority of my money at the moment. But I think just speeding up the integration a little bit is going to be good. Let's go ahead and I'm going to recruit a cohort. Let's grab some scouts, some light cavalry. Let's make just a quick 10 stack of light cavalry that we can use to kind of fly all over the enemy's lands and, you know, take their territory, send some slaves back towards Carthage. Let's see. Speaking of Carthage, we could think, oh, we are currently promoting the provincial procurators, it seems. So, oh no, I forget what we're doing. We're promoting local investment. I forget exactly which one, but whether it's trade routes or, as long as it's any of these three, we'll be fine. Our horsemen have been built, so let's go ahead and continue to build some more. I'm going to go ahead and actually just build 9 more, so I'll have a nice little 10 stack of horsemen. Let's go ahead and put a commander in charge. Preferably, oh, how about you? No, horse archer discipline, not light horse. Alright. Anything that increases slave efficiency. We have a civic advancement. Congratulations to us, I guess. Ooh, I'm definitely going to want build cost down as well as capital import routes. Anything that improves slave efficiency. Nope, doesn't seem like it, so I'm just going to hire someone who's decent, and I'll hire one of... You're a minor character. You know what? Wait, are you a minor character, but your last name is Barca, whereas I do have a Barca family? You know what? I might just go ahead and put myself in charge of that army. They're going to go ahead and start bringing more, or start reinstocking their food supplies. Do I have any forts on the border here? I don't currently. Although my subject has 2 forts, perfect. I'm going to go ahead and just move these ships out of harm's way. Oh, looks like he will be very displeased. He is the head of the Bedonid family. He's pretty good at finesse, so let's go ahead and see if we can find him a job. We're going to tell him just to wait a little bit longer, but something that needs high finesse, high finesse. Alright, so I think I'm going to switch these 2 out. I actually like that anyway because I didn't love having the populist character there. It looks like our secession support is still in favor of the mercantile faction. 74.1% of the mercantile faction would vote for this guy. Plus we get enough support from the other factions that we seem to be good to go. But I really don't like the populist faction in power. So I want to increase the faction influence of all these others as much as I can. I could actually be down with the civic faction kind of being predominantly in power over time. The civic faction does give me national tax rate up by 20%. I think the national commerce rate, although national commerce income is only plus 10%, so the mercantile faction maybe isn't necessarily always the way to go. I could start pushing... Ooh, how kind! Let's go ahead and grab an invention. Just a free invention, I'll take that. So I'm going to grab the... capital import route, maybe? That'll in the end just save us some more political influence. Do I already have leather? If I do already have leather, then I would get light infantry defense. I actually already have, so I already get the light infantry defense, but I could get each surplus of leather gives me local slave output plus 2%. Well, that's good. What about livestock? I already have livestock, but if I were to get a surplus in the capital, I would get pop promotion speed plus 25%. That is very good, I think. So I'm going to go ahead and grab some livestock. Plus it gets me more food. I have plenty of food. I'm not worried about the food situation. I'm going to go ahead and move this army somewhere where it won't take attrition. No, it's going to take attrition everywhere, won't it? Alright, well, you know what? You are taking attrition there. You're not going to take attrition here, so... I think we should maybe go with some civilization efforts in some of our new tribal lands, because they're not very civilized, which means they don't have a very high supply limit. Thankfully, we don't have to worry about this over here with the Emporium of Tripoli. Their civilization value is very high. Actually, is it higher than most of ours? Yeah, so they actually have a higher civilization value than we do. We do get another import route. We could just keep going with wood, because each surplus allows for 3% local tax. Go ahead and grab that. Our claim is 70% of the way done. We're going to take a lot of attrition when we march these armies across North Africa, but I don't really think there's a better way to do it. Let's go ahead and start marching our army at least a little bit closer. I might actually put you in these ships and naval invade you from one of these bigger ports. Let's just move our navy somewhere safe. You can go to sexy. Also, what will I need to colonize here? I need to make sure that everyone... Basically, I just need to move some pops around. I'm going to worry about that after the war with Massalia. Massalia? We'll pretend that all of that's correct. I am, even though we're going to take a little bit of attrition, going to go ahead and move this army here. It's going to rely on speed, and let's have you... You know what? Let's have you load into these ships, and these ships are going to bring you to Cartan. Since I have the cash for it, I think I'm going to go ahead and get heavy infantry discipline. Because while I don't have a ton of heavy infantry now, I definitely will want a ton of heavy infantry at some point. Ooh, and I actually can't declare war because the Senate is not in favor. So let's actually take a look at this. The populist faction would not like that. They would actually lose loyalty if I were to declare war. The military faction would be very happy, and they would actually gain seats. It seems that the mercantile faction doesn't not necessarily want to go to war. So... Oh, and it's because country is importing from the target. Alright, so what are we importing? I bet it is something in Carthage. Maybe not. Alright, so let's go to the trade overview. And right here, we are... Well, we're exporting to you, but let's go ahead and just cancel that. Well, I don't see us importing anything anymore. Oh, yeah, we are. Right here. We're importing olives to Sardinia Borealis. So let's go ahead and just cancel that trade route. And cancel this one for wine as well. Alright, and now, if I were to go declare war on you... Yeah, so now the mercantile faction is much more likely to vote for me. It's still a split decision. We have not reached a supermajority, so it would take a little bit of tyranny to force this through. I'm kind of okay with that. I'm also kind of okay... Well, let's actually just keep looking. What would the civic faction... They only are giving me 3 votes right now. They don't want to do it because neither of the rulers of the Republic support this faction. Okay. If my ruler had 80 popularity, they would be much more likely to join. If my ruler befriended one of their faction leaders, they'd be more likely to join. Or, alright, so I think I'm just going to... I'm not going to worry about their support for now. Let's check out the military faction. Again, it's that neither of the rulers of the faction... Neither of the rulers of the Republic support this faction. So, it sounds like if no one is... Neither of the Suffates are... in a faction, the factions just automatically have a minus 5% support. That's okay. And then it... Oh, it thinks the target is stronger than us? No. Target is definitely not stronger than us. I guess I'm reading that wrong. They would be more likely to support it if the target was stronger than us? Really? So they want me to go up for some underdogs. Alright, well... Anything I can do to get more support from the mercantile faction? What about from the religious faction? Again, it's just all the friends. So really what I need is my ruler to be high popularity. He is probably not going to get there. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and force this decision through the Senate. We will declare war. All of our little allies will join. And there we go. We are officially fighting for this little province. Now, of course, we're going to try to grab more than just the province. Alright, Carthage owes the civic faction 0 favors, but if we take this, we will owe them 1. I'm going to go ahead and say... Well, I wish I had gotten this just, like, seriously 2 seconds ago. Then I wouldn't have had to take the tyranny hit. Honestly, having a little bit of tyranny isn't bad. It makes my war score cost actually a little bit less, so that's good. But it does hurt my primary culture happiness. We, once again, are dealing with some pirates. We're always going to deal with pirates. It's like a trade route has disappeared, that route being for iron. I definitely would like to get the iron back. Eventually, I think I'm going to go... There's iron here. So, I'm making enough iron here. Am I exporting that iron? I should be. So let's look at trade overview, trade goods, iron. Yeah, so alright, so I can build it. Alright. I'm just not trading it into my capital. I think I'm going to get rid of this trade route to Bigeronia, although I love the name. And instead, trade iron into my capital. I just want to say it again. I love the arrows. I know that it's just a cosmetic thing, but I love the arrows. Alright, back to the war effort. This army has landed. Let's go ahead and just have it move forward and cut their country in two. These pirates are annoying, but what you gonna do about them? I guess I could put you to hunt fleets. Looks like they're actually gonna try to build some elephants. Good for them, I guess. Ooh, low navy maintenance. Let's go ahead and go to normal fleet maintenance. We are at war after all. Our little subject state's gonna siege down this fort. Good for them. Stability is increased. Great. I don't know why, but good. Are there any laws that I might want to change into? Let's take a look at this. Ooh, import value plus 25%. That would increase the civic faction influence by 0.1%. I think I'm okay to go heavy on the civic faction, so I am going to go ahead and do the import value plus 25%, because we import a lot of things. Alright, and then I'm going to hold off because I don't want to lose any more stability. I don't want it to just tank. I want you to... Eventually, I will want to make sure I grab the province capital. That way I can resupply this army from the enemy's lands. I'm all about eating their food supplies. That sounds great to me. Speaking of, I might as well go ahead and grab the province capital here too. I'm just going to make a beeline for the province capital. Still don't know where their army is. Don't really care. I don't think they have enough troops to really stand against me. They have 16 troops, 16 cohorts. That's not nothing, but there's 2 of them right there. But it's also not something that I'm necessarily worried about fighting against. We are going to just keep moving some slaves around. 1 slave to Pontus Divinus. And in the meantime, our integration is still progressing nicely. Since I have the political influence, I am going to go ahead and switch to the domineering state status right now, at least till we get rid of, or integrate some more of our subject states. Ooh, there's their army. Let's see what it's made up of. 1 archer, 1 heavy cav, 2 light cav. Alright. Honestly, it's not a terrible composition that they have. I think my armies could probably still take care of it with the exception of these guys, but they are just speed demons to get in and out, take some slaves, take some territory. They're not necessarily supposed to do a ton of fighting, although wouldn't mind having them fight some of these smaller stacks if they can catch them. Yeah, and I would love it if you would just go ahead and bleed a little bit of your manpower away trying to capture the city of Isle. Meanwhile, my horsemen will just continue to do their thing. These horsemen are officially out of food, so let's go ahead and just come back to this province here and have them grab some more food. That's the thing. We need to make sure. Ooh, look at this. The tribal people request migration. So 4 tribesmen will move out of our territory into Musalamian territory, which is honestly okay because we're eventually going to try to integrate the Musalami people anyway, right? So we'll get 200. Yeah, so we'll get enough gold for another invention. And I think the invention that we're going to get is civic provincial investment cost or military. You know what? Let's go ahead and do build costs down by 5%. Helps us a little bit in the long run. Again, I'm just moving these guys back to friendlier territory. We will restock our food supplies from this territory because we own their province capital, so we just need to grab some more food. Let's go ahead and try to relieve this siege. We have 20,000 men. I think we're going to easily win that. You know what? We will trade some grain to the Massalian people. Why not? It's time for this siege to be ours. We are slowly recouping our food stores. And we are going to have a very easy victory there. So, kudos. And let's go ahead. Unfortunately, I think we need to retreat back here and restock some food for this army of 20,000 as well. The food does add a little added bit of strategy into the game, the food for your army, and I really like that. I've really enjoyed the food mechanic. I think that it's probably the best thing they did in Livy. I like the new mechanics for your main, main character houses and your main families and everything, but honestly I think the food mechanic is probably the best thing that they added to the game, especially because it takes from your province food. So like, it now is a little bit more important to have, to actually build some granaries and stuff. Yeah, I'm enjoying the Livy update of the game. I'm also enjoying the mission system as well. It's a good time. I could think about moving some pops to this territory. I just need to colonize these 2 provinces though, so I'm just not going to worry about that quite yet. How's my integration coming? So we're coming along. We're integrating at 0.9 per month. We are going to win a naval engagement. Good. And we finally win this siege, which means you can now restock your food supplies. It means we can move forward with our horsemen as well, as now they will restock their food in this province. When you take a province capital, you can raid their food supplies to re-outfit your army. Looks like we're having a barbarian issue. Oh no! I'm gonna have to bring a whole army to go deal with that, aren't I? Let's see what they look like. So they have some heavy infantry. Alright, I'm unfortunately going to march this army all the way back. Have you deal with some barbarians. The war is definitely shaping up in our favor. I'm going to let, I think, my little tributaries do some more work here. Except when this army here resupplies its food stores a little bit more. Actually, with 10 food stores, I'm actually... Sorry, 50 food capacity, I'm actually... would be tempted to go try to siege down this fort. Let's go look at how these barbarians are doing. Should we build a fortress here? I don't want them to just destroy the civilization value in this area, but that seems to be what they are happy to do. I'll trade some fish to the Romans, why not? I'm going to go ahead and make a beeline for their province capital here, just so that we can restock food in this region, or in this province as well. Looks like we're gonna stack wipe 1,000 troops here. Perfect. Oh, and they were 1,000 elephants, so those were expensive for them to build. Our vassals are the Tripolitanians. They are going to take a good victory here. Good for them. And it looks like we did defeat the barbarians. Let's keep an eye out where those barbarians were retreating to. Yeah, alright, so we're going to go ahead and stack wipe those barbarians. Perfect. Wish we didn't have to deal with that, but I will say the barbarians are one of the more annoying parts of this game. I understand why they're there. I understand that it's maybe even kind of historically accurate. Like, when all the Carthaginian armies were away fighting a war, maybe people did come raiding in from the deserts in, you know, northern Africa, but still, I don't want to have to deal with it. I just don't. Alright, so you are going to keep restocking your food supply, but now you're taking it from my enemy instead of me. Ooh, we have a harvest failure. I think... I don't really want 10% of the population of Carthage to be moved to territories in neighboring... Yeah, so I'm actually just going to go with we will do what we can. Pay a bunch of money. We'll lose some of our local food stores. That's alright. In the meantime, I'm just going to keep on keeping on. I'm going to move this 20,000 men. I think they probably have enough food to take on a heavy siege. So we're actually just going to take them straight away to the enemy's capital. We do have an election coming up. Let's check out who will win. We'll actually have 2 religious faction members. Okay. Why? The religious faction only has 21 seats in the Senate. Bad health at 95.4, then reduces their support by 0.7, not faction. I'm trying to figure out why we are going to have religious faction members in both of our spots. Well, I'm not necessarily upset about it, but I want to know more about these mechanics. Oh, I bet because I have him here, I'm slowly pushed, because he's a member of the religious faction, he is pushing Senate influence probably towards the religious faction, or does it go just towards the direction of whoever's in power? Well, let's take a look. So, Eshmuningingen, however you want to... This Gisco guy, the Shapat. Alright, so this is his name. If I come down here, you can see that we're pushing support for him by 0.6 per month, every month, because he is the Shafat. So, we want to be a new Shafat from the Mercantile faction. It is a shame, though, because he is very, very statesmanly. So maybe I might move him from this position to the Magistrate. But I think I'm going to put the Matinid man in charge for now. He will grow his statesmanship over time. He is kind of old, though. And let's put you here. So now aggressive expansion impact minus 6%. So now we're not wasting his high statesmanship. Good. Unfortunately, he did take a loyalty hit. Probably because we fired him from a job, which I guess that happens. I wish I could move people around without firing them so that they didn't lose a bunch of loyalty. I think I'm just going to sit here with these horsemen for a minute, let them grab some food. So we have the influence of the Barca family. I think I'm just going to bring one of these admirals in to the Barca family. We are lacking a governor over here in Sicily, or I guess the province of Magna Graecia. I think I'm just going to go with... I think I'm actually going to go with someone who's very loyal from the mercantile faction. Interesting. Why are you causing... Does the ruler of your nation just always cause you to lose faction support? Or is it just because he's unpopular, or is it because of an event? Why am I losing faction support because of Cartholo? Is it because you have no zeal? No, probably not. You'd think it would be like your finesse or your oratory rating. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out these... How, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and use this army to... We have a new ruler. He's not great. He has a very poor martial and a very poor finesse. But I think right away I'm going to try to make him a little bit more influential than some of our previous leaders. So right away, the group who have the most people in the Senate are the mercantile peeps. So I'm going to try to make friends with them, as well as make friends with the... Oh, I guess I can only make friends with one person at a time. Need a new magistrate. And it'll need to be someone from the Gisco family, so it looks like you are my magistrate again. Good for you, man. We should easily win this once our larger army comes into play. And indeed, there it is. They do have a tactics advantage. They have those elephants. Ooh, making an impression. Yeah, I'll lose 10 political influence to make a friend. Doing well. All these light cav are tearing up, and that is the end of it. We did actually lose more men than they did, but oh well. Let's go ahead, just keep pushing them forward. Let's try to take their capital. We do have low food supply in some of our territories. Ooh, I could make a large, moderate, or small. I think I'm just going to go ahead and do the small because I don't really want to lose all that much money. In fact, we are losing a ton of money anyway. Why? Ooh, uh-oh, the benefits of power. Carthalo Barca is the target of a brazenly outspoken critic who has been provoking his ire for some time. It seems the loudmouth is protected by political opponents of Carthalo and believes himself to be untouchable. This could be an excellent opportunity to impress him. You know what? This is honestly probably beneath us. Not gonna do that. Oh, well, you know what? He didn't want to be my friend. Alright, fine. We'll make friends with you in the military faction. How rude. Let's go ahead and grab national citizen output up. Just gonna help our research rate as well as how much money we make. We are losing a ducat per month, which is fine, I guess. Oh, I guess I'm not paying him out of my treasury, I'm paying him out of my personal treasury. So there's a big difference there. You have a decent-ish personal treasury. We still have a bad research ratio, so I'll need to look to get that sorted out by grabbing a bunch more citizens. Kind of all around. Ooh, exotic gifts. Do I have enough money for that? He'll lose 100 gold. Now he has negative gold. Is that going to do anything? Just hurt his power base, I guess. This army is fully restocked. I guess it could move towards another city to siege down. So we could lose 5 popularity. Carthage would lose 10 political influence. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. Speaking of, my political influence is actually looking pretty good, so I think I'm going to grab another something at Carthage, and I think I'm actually just going to promote infrastructure spending. Let's get a building slot. Build a new building. Now they have been utterly crushed, so we should look and see what we can plan on taking. I said it from the beginning, I think it's going to probably take 2 wars to take all this territory. But honestly, you know what? Maybe not. We're going to gain a ton of aggressive expansion. But remember, we're trying to work through those mission trees. Now, aggressive expansion is going to make... Ooh, naturally, awesome. We are now friends with someone in the military faction. That's going to help us pass more resolutions and laws. Our navies are doing well. Oh, that's probably why we're losing some funds. I am no longer on... Yeah, you know what? We'll take some citizens. Perfect. I'm no longer on reduced army maintenance, or naval maintenance. Excuse me. Looking good, looking good. Gonna go ahead. I don't see a reason for this army to keep fighting, so it's going to maneuver its way back to Carthage. We will have a peace imminent. What do you mean, no contest to the war goal? We have definitely accomplished everything we needed to. How's the siege going, by the way? Still has plenty of food. We're going to win a small engagement here with our cavalry army. No, we are actually out of food. We have plenty of food in this army. Interesting. So, we really do need to take this. I'm going to go ahead and sit out the attrition, I think. In fact, honestly, I would love to... I know that it would be bad for me as Carthage, but I would love to see me actually lose a siege because I just ran out of food. That would be so realistic and actually just so cool. Yeah, I mean, I'm losing a lot of men per month. Yeah, I'm losing about 1,000 men per month. So I could theoretically just lose this siege. So you could think about it, maybe building a bunch of... Alright, I'm going to go ahead and bring these horsemen back somewhere else where they can restock in food. Yeah, I'm losing 1,000 men per month. If you had multiple fort levels, you could absolutely destroy an army if they just ran out of food. I love that. I love that. That's exactly what I want. I don't think it's going to happen here. I think I'm going to be able to take it. We did get that water shortage, but it's making me want to... Like, I feel like I should assault this fortress, because otherwise I might lose my opportunity, right? I mean, no. I'm going to cycle a new army in that has some food soon, if I keep taking more losses. Plus, I have more armies coming towards me, but I am taking... I mean, I've lost half my army just trying to siege this down. And honestly, I want to see that. I want to see the game punish you for not having food. I want to see the game reward you for building up a lot of forts, or high fort levels. Oh, interesting. Someone falls ill. He is likely the next Suffet. Poor guy. I think it would be okay if I put the military faction in power. Although I guess I should have done that before this war. So I'll keep the civic faction influence churning. Yeah, so I guess you do just get minus your own faction support when you are the one in charge. So even though it says that you are currently going to be the next man up, I doubt you actually are. Alright, so we've taken this fort, which means now we are going to, one, automatically siege down the rest of their provinces, but also we are going to restock our food stores from their land. So we have completely dominated this fight. Let's go ahead. Should we just take it all? It's going to give us 41 aggressive expansion. Now, bad things happen when you get over 50. But I think I'm actually just going to do it, because I don't see myself going to war again for a little while. And high aggressive expansion leads to a faster monthly change in the negative direction. So it is going to hurt our loyalty of subject states by quite a bit. Like by a lot. But let's go ahead and hit it. And we'll decrease our aggressive expansion in the tiniest bit. So we have 46.98 aggressive expansion. Now that's going to tick down at 0.12 per month, which is pretty quick. I believe there were also some inventions that I could take to make that faster. Let's go to to minimal fleet maintenance. Let's just have you come on back to a friendly port. I think I'm actually just going to keep this army here for a while. Let's move these 10,000 men back towards kind of our home. How are we doing as far as the religious conversion goes? So we're doing it kind of slowly. We are converting these pops into a new religion. Now we have a lot of tribesmen pops here, so we'll need to settle that out. In fact, that's going to be kind of a reoccurring theme of the campaign. While we are very well civilized here, when we, invade Iberia, these are not civilized pops, so we will have to work on civilizing their land for them, and I don't think we get any nice omens that help out with that. I think this is overkill, having 4 forts in a line right here, so I think I'm just actually going to destroy some of them. Actually, I'm going to destroy 3 of them. Ooh, they have 2 fort value there, 2 fort value here. Alright, so I'll keep a fort in Topsa, but all the rest are going to go. And honestly, I think that's going to save me a ton of money in the long run. What's my economy? Yeah, I'm making 3 gold per month now. Can't get rid of the fort on this little island province as well. Alright, so now I'm making money, and we are still progressing through. I'm going to go ahead and click the Massalian Menace button. Ooh, I didn't even look at what that got me. Whoops. Alright, so now we have to have Carthage, or a subject of Carthage, own the entire African coast from Safim to Carthage, and every territory in the area. So basically, we have 43 to 62. So, alright, so we are getting this Scandalous Dominus again. While the occasionally rakish and louch tendencies of Metallo Hannibal are well known throughout the upper circles of Carthage, no one was quite prepared for the appalling slew of allegations leveled at him of late. There are growing rumors of terrible indecencies and that perpetrated on slaves. Ooh, so who are you? Are you a governor or something? What's going on? Alright, so I think we're going to conduct a full and fair evaluation, or investigation. We're going to lose 10 popularity for that. I don't want that to happen. Honestly, why waste our time? We're going to gain 10 popularity, but the slaves are going to be upset for the next 10 years. We're going to gain some popularity, but make the slaves mad. Whoops. We do have a disloyal province right here, and it's not getting any better. So, because the province is disloyal, I can't even build the buildings that would increase province loyalty. And it's disloyal by a lot, so... Is it my only disloyal province? It is. So I think first of all, we're going to give it some local autonomy. It's going to help with local citizen happiness and everything. They're just real upset about the outcome of that last war, I think. We also... Ooh, you know what I maybe should have done? I should have converted them. Because they're probably one of the big reasons they're upset is because they're not part of my culture or my religion. There's my culture. They are Mycelian, which we are Canaanite. And they're not part of my religion either, so we have some work to do. Honestly, we have some work to do all across North Africa to spread our ways. But, speaking of work, we are continuing to try to get these missions done, and we need all of this territory. So we're unfortunately going to have to do quite a bit of colonizing over in this area. Let's see, if I were to move some pops around. I still unfortunately don't even have enough to colonize. Alright, so... Oh, I don't have to do any colonization. I didn't realize these Mauritanians... Well, I'll have to do a little bit of colonization with just those two provinces, but those sneaky Mauritanians, they were trying to camouflage and blend in with the uncolonized land. Here, I thought I had to colonize all this, but no. This is just going to be another quick war eventually, although I need to let my aggressive expansion tick down some in the meantime. I don't see a reason why we can't just go ahead and fabricate a claim on their province, though. And I'll probably go ahead and fabricate a claim on both of their provinces when I get enough, or when that first one comes back, just because that will help keep my aggressive expansion a little lower after I conquer them. The integration of Emporium is moving along rather nicely, but unfortunately I am probably going to have to save all of that for another day. Carthage is definitely expanding and its name is growing bigger on the map. We are definitely moving closer. We only have 3 more of these missions, or these tasks in this mission before we can hit the finish mission button. I was hoping to kind of get a little bit farther along today, but we will see how far we can get tomorrow. In the meantime, go ahead and hit that like button if you enjoyed the video you saw today. Also, if you have any suggestions or tips on how to handle the republics, I would gladly hear them. I love all of the comments. I definitely read all of your comments, and I really enjoy getting any tips. It makes me a better player. I think other people enjoy reading it too. And yeah, hit that subscribe button if you want to see more videos that I make. Thanks for tuning in, and I will catch you on the next one.